Alright, it's time for more rewind to work. Oh boy. Barrow says, oh, thank you. And my cat is all over my desk, prohibiting me from working. Fantastic. Mmm. Gosh, the amount of fur that comes off of these cats, man, it's ridiculous. Rewind streams. Cat are evil. I disagree. They're devilish at times, but they're not evil. At least I don't think so. Hmm. Alright, cat, you gotta go. Get out of here, kitty. Meow. I love you so much, but you must go now. It's time for me to do work. Oh. Gotta cuddle with this thing later. Yes, kitty. Meow. Watch. I toss her away and she just jumps back up on the desk, so we'll see what happens. So right now I'm by myself. It is just me. Maybe someone will join us. I'm gonna message a few team members. Yeah, Barrow, we're not going to be real strict about the poly counts. Like, if it's over 15, that's okay, but it really shouldn't be. If you want to see your poly counts, go up to display, and then go down to heads up display, and just go down and check the box that says poly count. Boom. On the top left, you'll see. Basically, you want to look for the one in the middle. It says faces. There are many ways to do like retopology and stuff. So what do we have here? We have the LX18. It's our original model. It's got this weird thing right here. I don't really know exactly what this is. On front are attached to the trigger guard. I don't think it's entirely necessary. It's not going to render appropriately. Okay, that's okay. I guess it'd be important to get the barrel figured out. What's going on back here, though? This is some interesting stuff right here. as obnoxious as it looks, we could always just drag this over. And yeah, it's about, needs to be shortened a little bit more. Yeah, a little too high. Such a weird shape. Like, what's going on there? I don't understand. That's okay. Oh boy. This might just be a temporary solution. I don't know exactly what I'll do yet with this piece here, but now we gotta replicate this weird thing happening here. Take it easy, Barrow. Thanks for stopping by. I might just trace that exactly, to be honest. What are the models for today? Also, hello. Working on the LX18 pistol from Feature Perfect, or one of the pistols. This one was probably my favorite in Feature Perfect, not including the sci-fi handgun. Talking about like the 9mm, the Kruger, and then the LX18. Between those three, this one's probably my favorite. Definitely have to consider, because if this thing flies back a little bit when it fires, honestly, like in the original one, it didn't, so not really at all, as far as I remember. Because I checked some footage of it the other day. It was, didn't really do much. But I gotta, prepare for that in case we want to have that functionality. So the inside is gonna be weird because we've also got this really strange thing happening right here. Be careful consideration. Put that piece there. How have I been lately? I've been all right. Not gonna lie. Had some rough nights with sleeping, but the night before last I got like 4 hours, and last night I got about I think 6.5 maybe. I'm not really complaining. Some days are better than others. Ah, Mr. Former Evil Apple is back. Hello, sir. Suppose I gotta figure out how to replicate this weird spot here. Again, this is just so strange. Like, what's going on here? Which means I need to cut this piece on both sides. I actually did some animation last night. I started working on a reference animation. I picked a shot from a film. I set up some characters. One character has a sword. It's about 80 frames, multiple swings and dodges. So started working on that last night just for practice. It was nice. Just thinking this piece is like hollow inside here, but the new version probably won't be like that. So I'm gonna make a cut like right here. I'm not gonna completely have this thing be completely like opened up. In fact, just to make it more visually interesting, the UV unwrapping, that will be on the low poly. Because it's much easier to do like UV unwrapping on something that's lower poly. You basically, what you're going to do, you should learn about doing a normal map like bake. You're basically going to bake like a normal map, but you're going to use the high poly model for that baking process. If that makes sense. And my cat is back. Hello, kitty. We talked about this. Meow. That's not fair to them. Everyone's away all day and they don't get any love and attention. Cat, you're just ridiculous. Meow. So I saw Deadpool 2 the other day. That was actually kind of fun. Last Monday night, I went to. We got this like fancy theater where it's like 21 and older, and they serve you food and like you recline back. Oh, it's nice. I dropped $70 that day on a movie theater. I I definitely splurged a little bit. The name of my cat is, this one is Abby. We have another one named Daisy, actually. This calls for a obligatory cat picture. And pathetically enough, I have a Facebook group with some friends in it. It's literally just pictures of these cats. Called The Marvelous Adventures of Daisy and Abby. If you're gonna have cats, you gotta post pictures somewhere, right? Let me find a picture real fast. One that I like. These things literally hang out with me, like everywhere. Here we go. So yeah, there's a picture of them. Abby's the one on the left. She's much bigger than Daisy. She has this white spot on her nose. That's the easiest way to tell the difference. Your cats will be playable in TS Rewind. No promises. Everyone's like, oh, cat pictures, I'm out. Alright, I'm sorry, kitty, you gotta get off my desk. Oh, I love you so much. You must go. Oh my gosh, my shirt is covered in cat hair. This is fantastic. Okay, back to work. How was our field trip, our stream field trip? Oh my gosh, you just jumped back up. Girl, I'm sorry. You gotta go. Go. Gotta get work done, man. Right there. Dude, this track that's playing, this is that track from Halo 1 where you, that swamp level, 343 Guilty Spark. Oh my gosh. Creeped me out as a kid. Gosh. This is just a generic Halo playlist. Bunch of Halo stuff. So yeah, we're gonna cut. Let me tell you history on that. We're gonna cut into this piece so that we can have that weird shape, incision where the piece is coming out. Because it's so strange, but it's kind of like, I don't want to say like definitive because that just sounds lame, but it's just one of those things. Like, it's part of the design that makes it stand out a bit. It's time to split. Yeah, today's gonna be a short one though. Probably only another hour. I've got other stuff to do. Oops, selected the wrong one first. I always forget which one to select first. What is going on? What are you doing? That piece is... That doesn't look right. Oh yeah, this piece comes out right there. I might move all this down actually, just a little bit. Because this will be beveled on the side. Just gotta lower it. Pull that back for now. Yeah, see, this is weird because the bullets feed up through here, right? So like, this is just a lot of interesting shapes and things that need to be figured out. I'm gonna make this little block, this part here. It's just so weird. Actually trace it. Comes out further. That's so strange. And this guy goes inward. For people in the chat, I have a question for you. What was the first video game you ever played, if you remember? And I already remember mine. Mine was, I remember the moment really actually. When I was like, I think about 5 years old maybe, or 4 years. The whole age is like kind of like, it's like very like not like murky. Well, I guess it is, but I can't quite remember how old I was. I was 4 or 5, but I just remember playing like the game though. So it was really strange. My parents, they got us, in fact, I guess it's story time now. Story time? Okay. My parents, they got us, they got the kids for the, like, you know, every year for Christmas, there was like a Christmas family gift for the kids. And I'm the youngest of 4 with three older sisters. We're all like 2 years apart. And they decided to get us a PlayStation 1. And this is back in 96-ish. And I remember maybe like 4 or 5 days later, my mother, she had a Pampered Chef like meeting thing with this company that she worked with. So we were all just kind of not pushed. We were like, okay, go hang out in the parents' room and just go play on the PlayStation. And I had no like conception of video games. I you know, again, I'm only 4, or like I'm super young. I don't really know what it is. So I just watch my sisters play. And they were playing this game called Gex. And Gex is a 2D side-scrolling platformer. And its niche was like that you're a gecko and that you can climb on walls and stuff. And it's kind of a little, it was like a new little like idea within the 2D, you know, side-scrolling platformer time, you know, or you know, genre. I mean, back in '96, that was, I don't want to say revolutionary because I don't think it was, but it was a new idea that was explored, and the game definitely like was like different because of it. But I remember they were on this level and they couldn't get past this one spot, and if there were these platforms that if you missed, you went into like the water or like the acid or whatever, and you just died like instantly. And they tried for several times, but then they just gave up and they decided to go play in their room with something. And again, I'm the only boy, so they all had these things that they like to do with dolls or whatever that I didn't like to do. So they left, and so I picked up the controller and I said, well, why not? I'll give it a shot. And I think it took me like 3 or 4 times, but maybe 4 or 5 tries maybe, and I got past the spot that they were stuck on, and I just kept playing. And there was history. Now I'm working on game stuff, so. But from that moment on, I was hooked. I thought this is cool. This is cool stuff. It was always kind of nice for my parents because they've been trying to round up the girls for some kind of like family trip or doing like some kind of thing where we'd all go out as a family, and so it'd just be a mess trying to get them all dressed and ready to go. And as long as they just put the PlayStation in front of me, then I was content. You played Gex 64, Enter the Gecko. Was that I played the first one and then I played the third one. I never played the second one. I think Deep Cover Gecko, was that the third one? I think that was the third one. Where like there was like a live action female model and it was really weird. That like was like, come save me, Gex, save me, and like the ending cutscene. Oh man, as a kid you don't get it, but it was like a euphemism for sex basically. Was the third? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That game was so fun. I remember eventually discovering the secret Planet X level. And man, that map was hard. That was a really hard map. I remember beating the boss in the final like world, like China, like the China world or whatever. It was like some turtle with like jets and stuff. And I remember we finally beat the boss, and I remember so excited. But then we found out that there was one last world, and it was basically like the domain of like Rez, like the bad guy. And there were like 2 or 3 more levels. I remember my sisters being like, "Oh, come on!" Like, and I was like, "Well, I'll just keep going," and they left. They thought we thought we had beaten the game. I mean, that's a game that you can beat in like 2 hours. Like now, like back then, like getting that far was just a monumental achievement for a kid, at least. It's like, holy crap, we did it! Oh my gosh. That and Spyro the Dragon. Spyro the Dragon was a huge one, like for me back then. We had the demo. We had the demo for the first game, and it let you play like 2 maps or 2 of the levels within that first home world. I just remember going up to the gates, like the portals to the other levels, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to play this game. Games just seem to be so much more magical as like a kid. It just doesn't seem like they don't have that sense of awe and wonder like they used to. It's not anymore. I guess I need to figure out the shape of the barrel here to really figure out, because I want to make this piece hollow toward like where like the bullet comes up and loads in. I'll tell you what, seeing like the images for the new Spyro game has just got me so excited. Or just like that remastering that they're doing. Like just the comparisons are just beautiful. There you go. That's good thickness. Yeah, bullets have to fit. The real question is here's the mag, right? So the bullets fit in this mag. I guess making a bullet would help, but I think that's definitely a reasonable size. I might tone the thickness down a tiny bit. Oh, wrong way. Here we go. There was another game I played. When we got the PlayStation, we got 3 games. We got Gex, we got Frogger, and Frogger 3D, I think is basically what it was called. And we got this other game that my sisters never played. It was like the Outcast game. It was a game called Bubsy, and it was a third-person platformer. And that game just did not, like, at the time, as a kid, you don't really care, right? But I look back on it, and it's like that game did not look finished at all, and the handling was weird. It was like a new attempt at like a PlayStation mascot. You're basically like a bobcat named Bubsy. It was that was a brutally hard game too. At least for me, it was. And the things he would say too, like how all these protagonists and these platformers or whatever, they'll just say weird stuff. Oh man, he said some weird things. His voice is just annoying. The jumping was also really strange. I remember the jumping. Whenever you jump, the camera would jerk like almost up above the character 90 degrees and like looking down at the character as he was jumping and doing a flip. And then when you landed, the camera would go back to behind the character. It just did not feel right at all. Okay, so this piece needs to be. So the cylinder I got here is going to be the piece that we use to make the cut that goes further back. Right there. So we take this out. And now we can see this is how much space I'm going to have. So I can push these pieces back towards the center. Okay. Good. You don't really think about it as a kid, but man, I remember trading in a lot of my games to get in-store credit for newer stuff because you didn't have a job back then when you're a kid. Money is like super precious. And I've since gotten some games back, but I kind of wish I hadn't done that. Twisted Metal was another one. That was another big game for me. Twisted Metal. That one gave me nightmares actually at one point, or at least on one occasion. The second one, gosh, the little ending movies for the characters. Oh, those are creepy. With Calypso. Oh. Ideally, this hole comes all the way back here. This is going to be a really tough shape to get some nice rounded edges on. This is going to be a pain. Plus, this needs to be beveled too to match. Oh dear. Put this back there. Where did... Oh, okay. I should honestly just combine all this and do the slice all in one. So this is a piece that represents that. So I'm gonna put this back there. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take this. I've never really worried this much about the inside of like a gun, but it's definitely something important now with animations and whatnot. You want to have that figured out at least, right? At least I think I do. I hope this works. So we're gonna combine these pieces. So those are the only ones. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. I'm gonna save before I do this though. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, I accepted the fact the other day, or accepted the reality that we needed another pistol. Because we have the silence pistol, but we've been having issues getting like a proper bake done for it for texturing. At least Austin has. He's been the one that's been in charge of that weapon for texturing. So I thought, let's make something that's a little different. Let's make it another gun, basically. Oni64, what up? What up, dude? Now we don't even need all that. All this whole cylinder, really, just only at... Really just only need this right here. Plus, there's a silencer for this gun, too, so I'm going to have to... I don't know if we're going to be doing that or not. Oh, I got a phone call. Hold on, guys. I apologize. Alrighty, guys. I'm back. Sorry about that. Gek64, Enter the Gecko was legit. Never bothered to get past the first part of the hub world, though. Yeah, this is going to be a pain. I probably should have beveled these edges before we did this. I can always grab the original mesh, but we'll take that. Just have this now. Either way, this is probably going to be a low poly anyway, but... Let's take a quick break from this spot. I'm going to just work on this trigger real fast. What's up with this piece? I really don't want to deviate much from this shape, to be honest. Like, it looks fine the way it is. I'll pull this up a little bit, though. Get some weird normals here happening. Just harden this. And Kitty's back again. Hello, Kitty Cat. Meow. You know what I told you. Well, not really. Just a cat. What do I know? Could probably fill out this little grip right here, though. Just what? Like, what is that, though? What is this weird thing right here that we don't need? Oh gosh, he's starting to curl up in front of the keyboard. That's great. You are so ridiculous, you little feline piece of crap. Would have said something else, but you know, gotta be stream friendly with the language. Yeah, I'll go ahead and bevel this. Why not? Uh-oh. This bevel's being picky on me. That's no good. Maybe if we delete history first. It's weird how sometimes the beveling doesn't work, and sometimes it does. There may be an issue with verts. I don't remember if I had done a target weld or vertex merging on here. So I can just center vertices and then try the operation again, or merge the vertices to centers. And there's a chance it could work. If not, well, we'll figure something out. Harden this edge. See, guys, it should work, because it's selecting the whole edge loop right here. When you like double click, it's all being selected, which is great. Yes, hello kitty, I see you. Meow. Hey, there we go. So yeah, that was the problem. So we're gonna see. These are the kinds of things that like take forever to figure out. Just little things like this. When you start modeling in whatever software, like Maya could be picky sometimes. And no, we're gonna just up this real quick, and we're gonna maybe 4 segments. Let's get a nice rounded edge. Yeah, that looks nice. Nice and pretty. I'm torn between if I want to round out the stuff in here. I think I might. Yeah, we're gonna... Beveling just makes everything better. Every time. Woo, look at that beauty. This should probably have a better... more segments as well, just to match the quality there. Yeah. Looking good. Oh, look at that, it's not going to go that. We're going to isolate this. Should be fine to do that. I love this track that's playing. This is from Halo 5. What's his name? Kazuma Janucci, I think. He did such a good job of Halo 5 soundtrack. Like Halo 4 was good, but I don't think it was a good Halo like soundtrack. Like the music was all right, but I don't think it was a good Halo soundtrack. I mean, there were some tracks for sure, but holistically, Halo 5 was just so much better. It's been neat to see all the composers working on Halo. Like aside from Marty, I think Halo Wars was the first time that happened. Stephen Rippey, I think. Oh, you know what? I did not select the other edges. I like to do it all at once, you know? Get these guys right here. I don't think these inside ones need to be beveled. I might skip that part. Ah, who am I kidding? Why not? Bevel everything. If you want to be good at 3D modeling, just bevel every edge. That's all I need to do. That's the secret for the trade. See, that just looks nice and clean. All of a sudden, it just looks so much better. And I might put some little like incisions or like little like rivets and stuff like that. But that's like the last step really in the models. Just let's get all the shapes nice and pristine. Might as well bevel out these edges in here while we're at it. Who knows? We could use the high poly in game for this. Pistols, I don't usually go that high with the pistols. I've done a couple models here and there. This one probably won't go above like 15,000. Like it'll almost be hard to do that because like a sniper rifle versus a pistol, you know, a sniper rifle just has so much more stuff on it. Like the sci-fi sniper, I was making that back when we were a little bit more strict with poly counts, and I was struggling because like I was at like 18,000. I'm like, oh my gosh. There wasn't much like definition on a lot of the parts. I'm like, guys, what do I do? Ah. That one's not really finished either. It's close, but there are a few things that I just never really got to a point where I said, okay, like this is it. Specifically, I'm talking about the sci-fi sniper from the third game, Feature Perfect, by the way, because I know there's one in the first game. Specifically, though, there's this component where you can have a shield up, and I wanted to have some cool gadgets, or some weird little like mechanisms that would make that happen. But I didn't want to obstruct like the view, like really, for when you're like wielding the gun. So that's been a hard challenge to make some kind of device, some little like things that fold outward when the shield comes up, but then they fold inward once the shield isn't up. That and the ray gun. The ray gun, I might just go I might deviate a lot on certain parts of that design for where like the back of the weapon is. That one needs some TLC. Yeah, I might stream that later on at some point soon. There's like 5 guns or 6 guns I have right now that I've worked on but aren't finished. I need to go back and finish that stuff. Don't I, little kitty cat? Yes. Let me get a drink real fast. Bums, no one from the team has joined me on my chat, or on my stream. It's just us. I wonder if I can get this piece to be completely aligned. I don't think I've ever tried to do this. Try and like merge them, but like have them not be merged. I want to make you want to make it look like the edges continue here. So let me grab this. Just move it. If we could snap it, no. Ah, okay. And same for this side. It's not perfect. I'm starting to see what I have to do here. I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it, chat. High poly counts, they don't matter. This is a pistol. We're going high poly count, guys. It's gonna be so high poly. It might just beat the poly count of the brick. Imagine that. So this should snap to that point right there. I can, I don't know what I can do. I think. I gotta snap these faces to align with that edge there. So picky. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Why is that? Oh, it's not. There we go. But that means this one and this one are now off. There we go. That's much nicer. I mean, these two lines right here, they're not linking up, but I don't think I'm really going to get that worried about that. 'Cause, I mean, from this distance, I mean, it's not like noticeable. These two shapes connect, and that just looks nice. That does look nice. I'm glad that I took the time to do that. Let's save this bad boy. I kind of like this pistol. I like this one. I always liked it in the game, just the way it played out, the way it hit and fired. The sound was pretty cool too. Hopefully our sound guys will do a nice job with this one. Although I'll be honest, they're the quietest ones on the team. Strange considering they're the sound department. Let me see how this is gonna work. Oh yeah, see we got these invisible, like, oh man, this is gonna be a pain. Let's get it over with. Let's get cracking on this one. Oh, I got this weird thing happening. Going down the center. Won't let me go all the way down like that. That's bimmer. Like, why isn't it? I think that's the right one. just want to be real careful how I go about this. I want this to be nice and clean. I don't want to get too crazy too fast. Oh, jeez. I should have done that one thing that I did on one of the other guns recently. I do a bevel where I create another edge loop outside this. I delete this face. You know what I could do? Target will dat. Delete these. Go bridge. Grab this edge. And realign it. Boom. Why does it not assign materials correctly? Whatever. Let me take this guy. That. I should do that green texture thing. It's really weird. That. Delete. Rebridge and boom. I don't got this awkward line going across like that. Much like what do we have up there. Now, we need to do something with this. Just like that, our topology looks a little bit better. I'm gonna do this though. I don't think we have any invisible faces here. Can always check. We're doing this. Nothing. Yeah, this looks like we're good. At least right there. Not up here. Yep. Sorry, I know this isn't terribly exciting. Just me trying to problem solve. This music is pretty lit though. Yeah, yeah. It's this one's from Halo 5, I think. What track was that? Meridian Crossing. There we go. It's all looking a little better. Connect these. Put something right there so I can bevel that edge. That'll look nice. I might actually have to redo this. I can't do an edge loop across here, even though this component. Well, yeah, you will be able to see this edge because based on the original right here, you can. What I'm gonna have to do is oh, did not look great. A bridge? Will a bridge work? We'll see. Oh yeah, it does that weird thing. That golden eye. Probably have to do a few at a time. Oh well. Yeah. It's just weird because a lot of the time splitters guns, the little thing here, I forget what you call it. They have this weird blocky shape for it, and it just doesn't look right to me if we do it that way. Of course I could. I mean, I could do it that way. Got this piece right here. We could put that on top, so... In fact, I might as well do it, or just make this piece right now while I'm at it. Just grab that. Wrong selection. This is the one we need. Ah, what am I doing? Up here. There we go. So now I put this guy back in here, and we don't need this. The snapping, this is... There we go. That's the fair warning, I'm going to be dipping out here in like 15 minutes. I got some other stuff that I got to do. Short stream today, unfortunately. But good amount of progress. The guard, the trigger, worked on the inside shape of the gun. Worked on a lot of spots. Gonna try and keep working on this guy for the time being. Problem is, to bevel this, I need to create some edge loops. I'll take care of that bomb for you. I had to ask Alfred for that sound clip or sound bit if he had it, and sure enough he did, thankfully. I just love the way he says it. It's so strange. A 2002 meme revival. Yes. Of course, I didn't even know the meme was a thing back then. Or like, I mean, they existed, and I knew what they were. I just didn't know the name for it. That there was a name for that kind of content. Who came up with the word meme, and everyone just said, yes, this is it. We're gonna use that word now. Which one is it? Ah! Boop. Whoa, what is... Oh, that's the back side. Okay. The word meme originated with Richard Dawkins' 1976 book, The Selfish Gene. What? Are you being serious? Go figure, a word that ridiculous. It has to have a name. You right? The concept of the internet meme was first proposed by Mike Godwin in the June 1993 issue of Wired. Huh. Interesting. Whoa, what's going on here? It's like that on this side? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, this is all a mess. Gosh. I really just did all this work to try and see if I could bevel these edges right here. Round them out. See what happens. Maybe it'll work. Probably not. It's one of those guess and check things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's all we need. Hey, look at that. We're in business. But I need to get these edges too, so I might as well just hold on a second. So, yeah, all that top and the first few on the bottom. Get these guys. I just do the whole thing. There we go. That looks interesting. What about this bit in here, though? Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that. Look at this side as well, and that side. This side. We get that interesting polygonal thing happening right there. I might just keep it at 1. It's not really necessary to have it more than that. Yeah, that looks nice. I take this piece in here. Do the same thing. In fact, to add to the design, we could do some cool little like rigid sections or something. I might actually save that for later. For now, grab this. Sweet. Much better. This back section here. This is some good progress for today. We're gonna go ahead and stop it here, guys. So thanks for tuning in. Sorry this one was a little bit short. But yeah, I'll be back probably. Might stream here in a few days. Maybe Saturday. I don't know yet. We'll see. Definitely one more time by the end of the week. This pistol's gonna be sick. See you later, buddy. See you, everyone. Bye.